members of previous Wabash Valley all-sports teams. There's a pretty fair amount of athletic talent represented as you look at those pictures. You members of the 2012 team might take a moment to consider some of the names. As we said earlier, Brady Shoemaker, Nick Ciola, and Josh Fegley each made their marks in college baseball. All three are now playing professional baseball, hoping to make it to the major leagues. Kylie Hudson was a four-time NCAA pole vault champion at ISU, and she's aiming to make the 2012 USA Olympic track and field team. Myers Leonard played basketball for 2 years at Illinois, and he's entering the upcoming NBA draft as a likely first-round pick. A.J. Reed, his name was in the paper today, in the Terrell paper, playing baseball at the University of Kentucky, and as a freshman, he's already one of the best players in the SEC. Addison Bray, from last year's team, attends the University of Louisville and hopes to qualify for the U.S. Olympic team swim trials. Tyler Zeller, who will be a first-round pick in this year's NBA draft and whose older brother Luke was a member of the very first all-sports team in 2005, played basketball for a little school on Tobacco Road in the ACC called North Carolina and was a member of its 2009 NCAA championship team. And Luke and Tyler's younger brother, Cody, a member of last year's all-sports team, helped lead the resurgence of Indiana University basketball this year. And he is coming back next year, so I don't know what the future holds beyond that, but he'll be back in the Hoosier uniform next year. And you know, in years to come, there'll be more names, including some of yours, who will be recognized for outstanding athletic achievement in college and perhaps beyond. However, and even more importantly, I hope that each one of you will make a positive impact upon the lives of others, whatever it is that you choose to do, because that's the most important thing you can do with your life. And that brings us to another athlete whose name we need to consider. Though he didn't get to finish his college career, he remains a part of every Wabash Valley all-sports team. Please turn your attention to the screen.
Travis Smith had a personality and smile that was genuine.
He truly was a good kid. He had an infectious smile.
When it came to sports, he delivered in some of Terre Haute South's biggest moments.
I mean, he had that second place was the first loser, and that was his attitude.
In 2005, Travis helped the Braves basketball team win the Shoot Trophy when he hit this game-winning free throw with just seconds left to give South a 37-36 win over their rivals, Terre Haute North. Golf, though, was Smith's true passion.
The thing that people didn't know about Travis was that 8 o'clock in the morning we'd drop him off at the golf course, and 8 o'clock at night we'd come back and pick him up. I mean, it would be dark before we come back and pick him up, and he played golf every day, all summer long.
He did things on the links few high school golfers in the Wabash Valley have ever done. In 2006, he guided the Braves team to a state runner-up finish. Smith is the only golfer from Vigo County to ever qualify both days at the state finals, all 4 years of his career.
The sky was the limit. It would have been, as much as how hard he wanted to work and how much time he wanted to put in, but I definitely think he could have made a living playing golf.
Would he be Tiger Woods right now? No, probably not, but he would be somewhere on some tour playing, without a doubt in my mind.
No doubt Travis cemented his place as one of the best golfers to ever come through Terre Haute, but those that knew him say he was an even better teammate.
He had the best attitude, and he couldn't have set a better example for the rest of his teammates as far as the younger guys go. He was always the first to ask how everybody else was doing. He always thought of himself last, and a perfect example of that was when we were playing at Lafayette Jeff at Coyote Crossing. He was in the midst of making 7 birdies and 8 holes on his way to shoot the course record. He ended up shooting the course record that day. And every time I went up to him, he didn't say anything about how he was doing or what he was doing. He wanted to know how everybody else was doing on the team. That basically sums up his whole attitude and mindset in a nutshell.
It was the person he was that made him special. He was a great son, brother, and friend who touched many lives.
He never met a stranger. I mean, I think that was quite obvious by, his visitation. I mean, we had people come up to us at his visitation that we had never even seen before. And he was talking about how much of an impact Travis made on their lives. And it was just kids at South High School that he'd walk by in the hallway and talk to them. I mean, it wasn't necessarily they were good friends of his, but it was just one of those things where he just took the time to say hello and be nice to everyone. And that's, you know, as a parent, that's what makes you more proud than his athletic accomplishments, you know, anything else. It was just about the kind of kid he was.
I don't think we could be more proud of him.
The Travis Smith Award honors the memory of a young man whose life made an impact upon the Wabash Valley that's timeless. Travis was the All-Sports winner for boys golf in 2006. Terre Haute South graduate, Travis went on to play golf for Ball State University and was off to a strong start as a freshman. However, his life ended all too soon as a result of a tragic accident. After the accident, as stories about Travis were shared throughout the community, it became very clear that he stood for the highest ideals that athletic competition strives for but rarely achieves. Travis was, of course, an excellent golfer who was driven to succeed and who, as with all great athletes, was never completely satisfied with his performance. However, the most lofty ideals of competition embrace more than just exceptional athletic ability. Those ideals include selflessness, compassion, humility, being a supportive teammate, and good sportsmanship. And according to those who knew him best, those characteristics describe Travis perfectly. He cared about his community, working as a volunteer at the Terre Haute Boys and Girls Club, helping underprivileged children receive the same opportunity to play sports that every child should have. And Travis seemed to understand, better than many athletes, that playing high school sports was a privilege, not a right, and along with that privilege came the responsibility to be a good role model for his teammates, his classmates, and for younger children who might want to emulate him. In light of all that, it became a very easy decision to create the Travis Smith Award for our all-sports team banquet. The award goes each year to a Wabash Valley student athlete who has exhibited the highest ideals of sport that Travis made part of his life. In addition, thanks to the generosity of Jerry and Cookie Dooley, Travis' maternal grandparents, there will be a $1,000 scholarship awarded to the winner by the Wabash Valley Community Foundation. The winners of the Travis Smith Award comprise a stellar list of outstanding individuals. First recipient in 2007 was Rachel Pruitt. In 2008, Tyler Zeller won. In 2009, Dragana Gervik, a basketball player from Terre Haute South, was a deserving winner. In 2010, the winner was Taylor Duncan, who played football for Marshall High School. And last year's winner was Thomas Goss, a golfer from Terre Haute South. At this time, I'd like for Travis' family to stand and be recognized. Jimmy and Tammy Smith, Courtney, his sister, and her friend Keaton, and Lois Smith, Travis' grandmother. Jimmy and Tammy, if you'd like to join Rick up here.
Thank you, Bart, and thank you, Matt, for your story. You're very inspiring. We're truly appreciative of this evening on behalf of Jimmy and Courtney, our daughter, and Travis's grandparents. We thank Terre Haute Savings Bank once again for bestowing this honor on Travis, as well as WTHI TV for continuing this award. In 2006, we attended this banquet. Travis won the award for boys golfing. Life as we knew it was great. Travis was headed off to Ball State on a golf scholarship. He excelled his freshman year in the fall. He qualified for all of his golf tournaments. He even came in as a freshman and played number one. We were really anticipating, very eagerly anticipating his spring golf season, but it wasn't to be. Travis was killed in a car accident in January of 2007. When we attended this award in 2006, we never dreamed we would be back here again as parents. First of all, because Courtney was a cheerleader, and they don't honor the best cheerleader. And as she would tell you, cheerleading is the toughest sport of all. But we also never dreamed that we would have to come back here in the capacity that we do now. We again return as Travis's parents, but for a much different reason, much different purpose. Most of you tonight didn't know Travis. As the years go on, I don't know as many athletes as I once did, but Travis was a very talented golfer. He was a pretty good basketball player, but most importantly, he was a very, very good kid. By no means was he perfect, but he definitely was a good person. He was a team player, as his coach, Chris Castle, said on the tape. He exhibited attributes of kindness, fairness, respect. He was a team player, and he did not want the focus to be upon himself. He was very humble, and Jimmy and I were very blessed to be able to call him our son. It's an honor that Terre Haute Savings Bank and WTHI continue to honor his memory with the Travis Smith Award. It seems like each year this gets harder and harder for me to do. But being able to help present this award also helps make our loss more bearable. So thank you again for for WTHI and the Savings Bank for presenting this award, and we're very excited to meet this year's deserving winner. Thank you.
Something I didn't mention in the story, this banquet always falls around Travis's birthday. He would have been 25 this past Saturday. So I'm going to introduce this year's Travis Smith Award winner. I guess I'm going to read about you, and then when I'm done, come up here and get your trophy and picture taken with the Smith family, please. Just like the Smith family, our 2012 Travis Smith winner had to deal with personal tragedy, yet she persevered into an amazing young lady. The person I'm talking about is Lauren Walton of Loogootee. 6 years ago, her mom, Lana, who was a very popular elementary teacher in the Loogootee community, was tragically killed in a car accident. 12 years old at the time of the tragic accident, Lauren moved to Arizona after her mom's death to live with her older sister, Lindsay. Wanting more out of her life, Lauren moved back to Loogootee for high school, and boy was she driven. In a quote from Lauren, she said, "I was forced to grow up at a much younger age than most children and have been very independent since the accident. Most people use this tragedy as an excuse to do the wrong things, but I used it as an opportunity to do the right thing. I never let this slow me down." Lauren was a 4-year letter winner in both track and field and volleyball. She also earned 1 letter in basketball. She was a 3-time state qualifier in track. She finished 3rd in school history and kills for one of the most storied volleyball programs in the state. Her athletic numbers are great, but what's more impressive is her work in the classroom. Lauren has a 3.93 GPA. That's 6th in her class. She's done all this while at the same time holding down a job. Lauren Walton is your true definition of a class act and this year's Travis Smith Award winner.